All right. So I know your name is Savannah. So the first question I'm going to ask you is what is something you enjoy doing but don't really get to do often?
I'd probably say play video games because school has been so demanding and I work one job and I'm picking up a second job.
Yeah.
I really like playing World of Warcraft, and
Ooh.
it is a very time consuming game, and I never get time to play because of it being so time consuming
Okay.
with everything else going on.
I can definitely agree with that. Everything is so time consuming. So on that note, I'm going to take a step back into the
Mm-hmm.
past and ask you what your favorite thing to do during recess in elementary school was.
Ooh, that's a hard one. Um, I didn't really play sports when I was younger. So I'd probably say playing tag or
Mhm.
like just running around with my friends because we didn't play soccer. We didn't play like any of those things. It was more like just playing on the slides, running around the playground, like chasing each other,
Mhm.
or any other games that like we made up as children
Yeah.
and playing those.
Definitely getting a sense of your creativity there with
Yes.
creating those games.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, a little fast forward. What would you say are three defining qualities of the person you were in high school, and how do those differ from the qualities that describe you now?
So when I was in high school, I was extremely shy and
Mm-hmm.
quiet. I feel like because of all the communication classes I've taken and how many times I've had to do public speaking
Mm-hmm.
and force myself out of my comfort level, that has completely changed. I am no longer. I'm still pretty quiet, but nowhere near as bad as I used to be in high school. If a teacher called on me, I would just turn super red and not really answer.
Mm-hmm.
Versus now, I feel like I am able to have a answer for the teacher. Um, a second quality would be, oh man, and you said qualities that have changed between high
Yeah,
school and
I mean,
now.
it can either be qualities that have changed or qualities that maybe you've embraced or grown past, which is kind of what I'm getting right now.
I'd probably say I was a hidden nerd back in high
I
school.
love that.
I wore a lot of very feminine, like I wore heels every single day.
Yeah,
I wore very girly items. I still do, but back then nobody knew I played World of Warcraft.
yeah.
Nobody knew I loved heavy metal. Nobody knew that I had these other factors of my personality because what I portrayed was just bubbly, hyper, with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
A very feminine personality versus the nerdy side I also have. Um, Another thing would be probably that I have. You made a really hard question.
I'm sorry.
Um, I would say I've embraced my culture in the sense that I am Spanish
Mm-hmm.
and my family has always just wanted me to blend in with other people. So I always just embrace like my American side, not embracing the Hispanic cultures that I do have in my family. So most of my family is from Spain, but I do have Mexican and other types of Hispanics in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've visited Spain a couple different times now, so I've really embraced that kind of culture now more at Mason. Um, I've invested more time into meeting other people and part of the Spain culture on campus and meeting other people that have embraced it more, learning the language. I purposely took Spanish
Yeah.
so I could embrace that part of my culture more versus high school. I just wanted to blend in with everyone else, and a lot of the time that was just the American culture.
I can definitely identify with everything you just said. So I completely understand feeling like you have to blend in and also not knowing necessarily how to embrace because of your surroundings and the people that
Mm-hmm.
you're around. Like with the hidden nerd thing, I wore heels every day and people had no idea that like I was into all these horror movies and stuff. So
Right.
we're on the same level. On that note, I'm going to take a step in another direction and ask you if you have any irrational fears, like a weird phobia of clowns or something like that.
I think my most irrational fear, at least according to my boyfriend, would be my fear of spiders. I work at PetSmart, and while our location does not carry tarantulas, the other locations do. And if my store did, I would not be able to work in that store. If I see a spider, I'm pulling out a bottle of vinegar and spraying it until it dies. I cannot be around them in any sort of way, or I might have a panic attack.
I had no idea about the vinegar trick.
That's just what we have. So
okay. So that's
know.
what you guys use at the store.
Yes, we have that as one of our types of cleaning aids. And one of my managers was also deathly afraid of spiders. So I don't know if that was a trick she knew about.
Yeah.
And that's why she used it.
That's
and
smart. I'm going to write that down.
But yes, anytime I see a spider, I have cried because of seeing spiders.
Me too.
I've had one on me. And that was the worst experience of my life because I could not find it after I got it off of me.
So that's where this stemmed from, having a spider on you and not knowing where it was.
Yes, and where it went.
Yeah.
So that I had one in my hair before. That was a very traumatic experience for me. So I don't like spiders, and I'd probably say that is my most irrational fear. Well, it's a common fear. I think mine is way more irrational than other people's.
Right. Like, you're not scared of windows or glass or, some random thing, but spiders can be scary.
It's irrational.
I completely agree with you.
I can't think of any other fears that... I'm deathly afraid of airplanes as well. I don't like airplanes.
Oh, well...
And I like traveling, but I can't travel because I'm so afraid of airplanes. So that's another big irrational fear. And it's at the point that I don't want to take a job at a company if I have to do a lot of traveling because I'm not going to be comfortable traveling on an airplane. If it's within driving distance, I am more than okay with that. But if it's at the point the company wants me to fly somewhere, I don't think I'll be able to work for that company. So that's also a very big irrational fear. Those two.
I don't want to know why you're scared of airplanes because I don't want to get scared of airplanes. But spiders and airplanes, I definitely agree with you with the spiders because I'm also I get freaked out really easily by spiders.
Right.
So talking about irrational topics, and I'm not necessarily going to say this is an irrational topic, but I'm just going to ask you if you're a believer in the existence of extraterrestrial life, and if so, do you support the claims of ancient alien involvement in the development of the human civilization?
That's a hard one because I can see both sides of it. I am very into Is it on still? Okay, yes. I'm very into paranormal shows, and I enjoy Ghost Adventures was my favorite show for the longest time. So
yes.
I like learning about that kind of stuff. So I can see where it's in place, where people have such a strong opinion about religion, and I've read different stuff that explains oh, maybe it was extraterrestrial aliens that actually set up all this. It wasn't a god. It was these creatures. And different stuff like that developed the world versus a religion, a set religion. So I thought that was really interesting. I don't say I necessarily believe that is the case, but it is definitely something I have thought about and would love to learn more about in the future. But as of current, I do not believe that is what set up the human civilization.
Okay, so you're interested in the topic and you want to, I guess, become more aware of the existing evidence and the direction that it's heading because you're open-minded.
Correct.
But as far as what you've read or seen thus far, you can't agree with the claim that they've created human life, let's say. As far as that. But what about just them visiting our planet? Do you think that aliens have visited this planet?
I'm sure they have, just with how likely it is that we have other planets with life on it, especially because we don't know what they're made of. They might not rely on water or something else to keep them going versus a human needs water because that's what most of our bodies are made of. They might be made out of something completely different than on their home planet. That is what they're made out of.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is very likely that there is another intelligent life form that has visited, and they might be more intelligent than us, and they might be visiting all the time that we just don't know about. But as of current, I would not say, like I mentioned earlier, that they've established life or helped life, but I would say that they have visited.
Word. Well, I think that is all I needed. So thank
Right.
you. And